What is up, Insaners, and welcome to another video of the Fantasy Premier League 2022-23 season. In this one, guys, we're gonna cover some last minute tips before the Game Week 13 deadline. So watch this video till the end, guys. I'm sure you'll find it useful. If you like today's video, make sure that you hit the like button. You can also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for more FPL content. And let's get into today's video. Now let's start with the first dilemma of Game Week 13, guys. A lot of you are wildcarding in Game Week 13, and I think it's important to understand how to structure your wildcard team for Game Week 13. First up, guys, I feel there are 3 to 4 top teams that are having great attacking fixtures. I think it makes sense to invest some money in attack right now. In fact, more money in attack at the moment to get the maximum out of this wildcard chip. Now, one thing we also have to kind of look at is that we only need to target fixtures from Game Week 13 to 16 when we are making the wildcard teams, as we break for the World Cup after Game Week 16, guys, and the wildcard will reset at that point of time. Now, Man City and Arsenal are the best 2 teams in the Premier League at the moment, guys. Both have good fixtures. I think it's logical to go with 6 players from these 2 teams. Then we also have Liverpool, who are looking a bit better now, and with 2 decent wins against Man City and West Ham, guys, the confidence seems to be a lot higher. Now defensively, there's still question marks on them, but they are a good attacking side, guys. It makes sense to at least double up on the Liverpool team and attack the excellent fixtures that are coming up. Now after selecting these 8 odd players, guys, you can go in different directions, again depending on your funds and the risk that you're willing to take. Now Newcastle has trickier fixtures coming up, but going with Trippier, I think it still holds merit, guys. If you're not going for Pereira as your 5th midfielder player, Zaha is also an option. Now if you're looking at a differential, then maybe go Bowen. I think he could be the one for your FPL team. This way you can easily get a strong midfield 5 and go on the offensive. Talking about strikers, guys, in the second and the third striker positions are where things get interesting. Now you can go Nunes from Liverpool if you're okay with the minutes risk. Then you have more nailed options like a Jesus, Mitrovic, or even an Ivan Toney having decent fixtures for the run-in. If you're going for a third cheap striker option, guys, you can even look at Solanke from Bournemouth if you want to go a bit cheaper. I feel there are potential hauls to be targeted with players from Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Crystal Palace, West Ham, and even Manchester United, guys. You can structure your team around these players and put yourself in a solid position to score well in the upcoming games. Now let's move on to the next one, guys. What to do with Mo Salah? Now Liverpool played well against Man City, guys, and with Salah scoring the winner, I think everybody had their hopes up on his FPL potential. Now with the blank against West Ham, many managers are in a fix about the Mo Salah situation, guys. Now whether wildcarding or not, a decision on Salah, I think it needs to be made, considering the captaincy will always or more or less remain on Erling Haaland for the upcoming weeks. I think it depends on how much you trust the Liverpool's upcoming fixtures, guys. I'm a firm believer in the fact that fixtures breed form, and Game Week 13 to 16 fixtures, they all scream haul potential for me, guys. I understand that Salah has been playing wide and he isn't getting into goal scoring positions enough, and this change in shape, guys, it has led him to score fewer FPL points this season, but we also have seen, guys, whenever Salah has been playing central in Liverpool's attacks, he has looked a lot better. So of course we don't know whether he will play wide or he'll play central, but the difference is surprisingly huge, guys. Now considering that he's up against Nottingham Forest and Leeds next, guys, I would still take a chance with him as there is hat-trick potential in both games. There's always a possibility that we see him playing wide then and maybe not being as effective. Now in that case, guys, we can always switch him to a Zaha or a Saka depending on whatever player you don't have in your team. I would definitely go with him on a wildcard in Game Week 13, guys. The situation gets slightly trickier if you have to rip apart your team to get him in through regular transfers. Now, because of the fact that Foden is a much better option than KDB at the moment, guys, and players like Son, Sterling, Fernandes, they aren't really sure shot picks, guys, I would go with Salah as a premium option in midfield. Now let's move on to the next one, guys. Who are the best midfielders to target from Game Week 13 onwards? Now with teams like Arsenal, Man City, Crystal Palace and West Ham, they're all having good fixtures for the next 3 to 4 weeks. There are a lot of midfielders to choose from and gain an advantage. As I mentioned earlier, guys, Arsenal and Man City midfielders, they are a priority. Now both teams look great in attack and you'll surely want a piece of that in your FPL team. KDB and Foden from Man City, they look like really good options. Now Man City have an excellent record at home this season, guys, and next 3 of their 4 fixtures are at home. Now Foden, to me, he looks like the best value pick here. He's in great form and he's already had 10 attacking returns in 10 appearances. In case, guys, if you are looking at a differential premium option and Salah doesn't convince you, I think KDB is an excellent alternative. Martinelli and Saka are next in line for me, guys. Martinelli is the best possible option in that price point and he looks fine to start in the coming games. He's worth getting if you don't already own him. Now Saka is an intriguing one. He's flagged at the moment as he's picked up a knock against PSV in the Europa League game midweek, guys. Arteta mentioned that he's fine, but do keep out on the press notes before the deadline. He's of course not a must-have like Martinelli, but I think he's worth having a conversation. He started the season slowly, guys, and he was massively underperforming. Still, his attacking stats over the past 6 weeks, they have been quite good. He's gotten 6 attacking returns over the last 5 games, and he looks to be a lot more involved in the attack now. Now, if you can't afford a Saka, or maybe you're going for a Martinelli and a Gabriel Jesus as the attacking Arsenal double up, guys, you can even get in Zaha. I think he's looked in good form so far this season. Zaha's upcoming fixtures, they read Everton away, Southampton at home, West Ham away, and Nottingham Forest away. Now, the issue is that 3 of these games are away, and Palace, they're not really known for playing expansive football, especially when they're travelling. Now, an option worth considering if you're looking at a differential in case maybe Zaha also doesn't convince you, it's Bowen from West Ham, guys. The Hammers play at home thrice in the next 4 fixtures, and Man United away is the only tricky game to navigate for you. I like Bowen's attacking play, and despite missing a penalty against Liverpool and not scoring any points last week, guys, I still like him as an FPL option. Now suppose you have more money invested in defenders or forwards and you are looking for a value differential. Now in that case, you can jump on to a Rashford also a little bit early, guys. But this week he faces Chelsea, which is not ideal, but Man United, they've done well against top teams this season. The fixtures after the Chelsea game, they're really good, and he can be an excellent punt for the run-in. If I have to give my rankings for the midfield spots, guys, I think Foden would be number 1, followed by Martinelli and Saka as my second and third best options. Then 4th, 5th and 6th would be Bowen, Zaha and Rashford. I've not mentioned KDB here as he's a premium option competing with the spot against Salah in the premium category, and that's a different conversation. Now let's move to the next one, guys. Which 3 strikers to go for right now? Now this season it's been a lot better for strikers, and I feel it's worth playing with 3 good options up top. Now assuming that everybody's going for Haaland as one of the options, the conversation is around remaining 2 players, guys. Again, teams like Arsenal and Liverpool, they have good options in Gabriel Jesus and Nunes. Now if you're looking to play it safe, then Gabriel Jesus is the one to choose. He's a nail starter in the Arsenal attack, and he's been quite instrumental in how they've played this season. Suppose you've decided to go for the midfield double up in Saka and Martinelli. Now in that case, guys, you can go for Nunes as a potential replacement. Now he's not a pick for everyone, let me be very clear about it, as there is an element of risk involved. Now despite playing together with Firmino in the last game, there are chances that both him and Darwin Nunes, they share minutes on the pitch, and you just have to accept it and move on. We know that Nunes will most likely play central and get on the end of a lot of big chances, making him a very explosive FPL option. He looks a lot better when he's compared with Firmino, guys. I think it's a significant differential to get from Game Week 13. In another scenario, guys, if you want to play it safe and you can't go for Gabriel Jesus for some reason, then Ivan Toney and Mitrovic are great replacements. Now one slight issue with both is that they play Man City in Game Week 15 and 16, and you might need a different option in your playing 11 these weeks. Other than that, guys, the fixtures for both look really good. Of course, I like Toney more because of the overall fixture run. Mitrovic also plays against Manchester United in Game Week 16, and that could be a tricky game to navigate now. Overall, guys, I think there's a lot to be gained in the striker positions. Still, in a scenario if you decide to put in more money in defense or midfield, I think Solanke can also be a decent option. He's the cheapest playing striker available, guys. I recommend him only if you're trying to save money, but you also want the chance to play with 3 strikers up top. There's another particular forward, guys, Harry Kane. A lot of managers own Harry Kane, and I feel there's value in downgrading him into a slightly cheaper forward. Now you can either invest that money in a Salah, or maybe in a combination of a Foden or a Saka, or one of Zaha or Bowen in midfield. Guys, I believe cheaper strikers can match Kane's output over the next few weeks, and there are definitely hauls available elsewhere that you can target. So that'll be all from my side for this video, guys. I hope you found this last minute tips video helpful and useful. If you did, guys, make sure to smash that like button. You can also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel. Now we'll be back soon for the deadline stream, guys, to answer all your last minute questions and queries. So if you have anything that you would like to share or discuss with me, do join me on the deadline stream. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for watching. All the best for Game Week 13, and I'll see you Insaners next time.